Chapter 3. You Be the Judge. 10 true or false sample test questions follow. The correct answers to these 10 questions will be found in the current chapter material. It is suggested pausing the audio to read these sample test questions. Continue the audio after completing your review. You be the judge. Is a recreational vehicle or motorhome required to obey Delaware's safety restraint law? The answer: read Delaware law, Title 21, Motor Vehicles, General Provisions. Chapter 1, Definitions. Section 101, Word and Phrases. Motor vehicle includes every vehicle as defined in this section. Recreational vehicle includes every motor vehicle used for temporary human living quarters. Section 4802. Driver requirements, exceptions, sales requirements, working condition of system. A.1. The driver of a motor vehicle operated on a street or highway in this state shall wear a properly adjusted and fastened seatbelt which meets the applicable federal motor vehicle safety standards. 2. The driver of a motor vehicle shall secure or cause to be secured in a properly adjusted and fastened seatbelt system, as defined by the applicable federal motor vehicle safety standards. Each occupant of the passenger compartment of the motor vehicle who is 16 years of age or older, under 16 years of age, is addressed in Section 4803, Child Restraint in Motor Vehicles. It is clear in Delaware Code Section 101, Words and Phrases, that a recreation vehicle is classified as a motor vehicle. It is also difficult, if not impossible, to find any reference in Delaware Code as to what is considered the passenger compartment of a recreational vehicle. Is the use of a safety restraint device required by Delaware law in the living area of a moving recreational vehicle? You be the judge. Special Alert: the second crash review. An object in motion, human missile, remains in motion until the second crash. Smart defense by the D-Team believes all occupants of a motor vehicle in motion should be aware of the consequences of violating nature's law, the force, which is all too often overlooked when traveling in a motor vehicle such as a recreational vehicle. You be the judge. Can a child who is under 12 years of age and is 65 inches or less in height legally sit in the front passenger seat of a moving motor vehicle in the state of Delaware? The answer: yes. The D-Team will now undertake what some would call Mission Impossible, interpreting Delaware's convoluted and ambiguous child seat law so mere mortals have a chance at understanding its legal requirements. Directly below, you will find Delaware's difficult-to-understand child restraint law. The D-Team clarification attempt will follow each individual section of the child seat law along with a brief summary of that law at the conclusion of the child restraint portion of the curriculum. Title 21, Motor Vehicles, Operation Equipment, Chapter 48, Occupant Protection System Safety Act. The Law, Section 4803, Child Restraint in Motor Vehicles. A. Every person shall be responsible when transporting a child through the age of 7 and up to and including the weight of 65 pounds in a motor vehicle operated on the roadways, streets, or highways of this state, for providing protection of the child by properly securing the child in all seating positions according to manufacturer's instruction, in a child safety seat or booster seat meeting federal motor vehicle safety standards, and that is appropriate for the child's weight and height. Every child who has either attained the age of 8 or a weight in excess of 65 pounds and has not yet attained the age of 16 shall, in all seating positions, wear a properly secured seatbelt while in a motor vehicle operated on the roadways, streets, or highways of this state. The D-Team first part of the puzzle explanation. Please note Section A above identifies 3 ages, 7, 8, and 16. It also identifies one weight group, 65 pounds. The above Section A only deals with the type of seat in which the child must be secured. The choices are a child safety seat, a booster seat, or a properly secured seatbelt. It does not identify the seating location, front passenger seat or back seat. The law, B1. No child who is 65 inches or less in height and who is under 12 years of age shall occupy the front passenger seat of any vehicle equipped with a passenger side airbag that has not been deliberately rendered inoperable in conformity with federal law. This subsection shall not apply to vehicles equipped with a passenger side airbag specifically designed or modified by the vehicle's manufacturer for use by children and small adults. The D-Team's second part of the puzzle explanation. Please note section B1 only identifies seat location using the parameters of age, under 12, and height, 65 inches or less. Less than 12 years and a height of 65 inches or less requires the back seat location. However, B1 also states that if the airbag in the front passenger seat is rendered inoperative in conformity with federal standards, then a child can sit in the front passenger seat regardless of age or height. See picture number 3-5 below, showing a dashboard light, black and yellow arrow, indicating the airbag is off, rendered inoperative in conformity with federal standards. The law. 2. It shall not be a violation of this section for a child 65 inches or less in height and under 12 years of age to occupy the front passenger seat of a vehicle equipped with a passenger side airbag that has not been deliberately rendered inoperable in conformity with federal law if such vehicle does not have a rear passenger seat or if all rear passenger seats are occupied by other children 65 inches or less in height and under 12 years of age. The D-Team third part of the puzzle explanation. Please note section 2 exempts all prohibition on the front passenger seating location of the child regardless of age or height when there is no back seat location available. Pickup truck or sports car, or the back seat locations are already occupied by children 65 inches or less in height and under 12 years of age. The D-Team summary. Section 4803, Child Restraint in Motor Vehicles. 1. Age and height deal with seat locations, front or back. Age and weight deal with the type of seat to be used by children under the age of 16 years old. Recommendations as to seating locations can be found on the Delaware Office of Highway Safety website, www.ohs.delaware.gov. 2. If the airbag is rendered inoperative according to federal standards or there is no front passenger side airbag, then the front passenger seat location is available to children regardless of age or height. 3. If all rear passenger seats are already occupied by other children 65 inches or less in height and under 12 years of age, or there is no back seat in the vehicle, pickup, or sports car, then any child regardless of age or height can be seated in the front passenger seat even if the airbag will still function. See picture number 3-6 immediately below. The choice. If the child is under 12 years of age and or 65 inches in height or less, where is the safest seating for the child? You be the judge. You be the judge. If you answer yes to any of the following questions, then you may have aggressive driving tendencies. Question. Do you sometimes get angry with other drivers? Examples. Following too close. Failure to lower high beams. Passing on the shoulder. Talking on the cell phone at a green light. Failure to yield. Smart defense by the D-Team highly suggests that anger towards other drivers can rapidly turn into potentially dangerous aggression, causing your vehicle to resemble the one pictured number 3-7. The answer. Smart defense by the D-Team now presents a technique that has the potential to lessen anger before it turns into aggressive driving. The choice is yours. Use smart defense to improve your odds of returning home safely instead of increasing your odds of becoming a deadly statistic, as seen in picture number 3-8. The smart defense technique. Feel free to verbalize your true feelings or anger as it occurs, just not loud enough for other vehicle operators to hear. Try to verbalize humor rather than anger. In time, this will become easier. The most important step. Without engaging in the following critical step, this technique will fail. You must immediately turn your negative anger into a positive environment by verbalizing how fortunate the other driver is to have you there to help cover for their stupid driving. SOS. Yes, the other driver certainly is a stupid driver, but your smart driving skills save the day. By practicing this anger management technique, you will become better at implementing it. Will this anger management technique work for you? Will your outbursts lessen in both intensity and length? You be the judge. You be the judge. Sorry, not this time. If you're fortunate, your guilt will only result in a ticket. Unfortunately, aggressive driving increases the odds for innocent victims to become collision statistics. It could even happen to you. You be the judge. Did you know Delaware has a move-over law? The move-over law is recent and not well publicized. It is also not known by many Delaware motorists. Furthermore, out-of-state drivers who travel through our state are generally not aware of the move-over law, thus creating further safety concerns when an aware driver attempts to comply. You be the judge. Be careful when attempting to comply. The law specifically states, if possible with due regard to safety and traffic conditions. Special note. The statement, if changing lanes would be impossible or unsafe, references two different types of roadways. 1. Multiple lane, same direction traffic roadways where lane changing is normally available, but traffic conditions may prevent the lane change due to safety concerns. 2. Two-way roads, single lane in each direction, where the potential hazard of opposite direction traffic would prohibit a lane change. 3. If a safe lane change is not an option, then slowing down, if safe, is required. Move over law compliance. Safety first. You be the judge. You be the judge. Which of the signs pictured, 3-11 or 3-12, is the most effective in warning motorists of a slower speed zone ahead? The answer? Picture 3-12. The sign that identifies the actual maximum speed limit ahead is a real benefit. DelDOT is in the process of replacing the original reduced speed ahead sign with a new sign, picture number 3-12. The D team is concerned that Delaware drivers may misinterpret this new sign as identifying the maximum speed limit at the actual location of the sign, a potentially dangerous interpretation. The real meaning of both signs. They mean more than reduced speed ahead. What they really mean is, 1. Take your foot off the gas at the sign to begin to decelerate. 2. If you are on cruise control, then you should tap off the cruise control at the point of the sign. While no driver will ever be perfect at these techniques due mainly to driver distraction, following this reduced speed ahead procedure will lessen heart palpitations when a police vehicle is spotted down the road. Utilizing these techniques can also save considerable sums of money, such as speeding tickets and auto insurance increase. Which sign is best? The D team picks the one that identifies the actual new speed limit, picture 3-12, especially when its true purpose is known. You be the judge. You be the judge. Below is a short review of Delaware speed laws. The speed limits identified below are the maximum legal speed limits when there is no speed sign posted. It is your responsibility as a Delaware motorist to recognize the speed classification of the area in which you are driving and adhere to the speed limits for those areas when there is no speed sign visible. 1. School zone, 20 miles per hour. 2. Residential, 25 miles per hour. 3. Two-lane open road, non-residential, 1 lane each direction, 50 miles per hour. 4. 4 lanes or more, 55 miles per hour. 5. I-495 and Route 1, 65 miles per hour. 6. General speed law, Never legal to travel at an unsafe speed, either too fast or too slow. The following are a couple of additional points about speed limits. 1. Black and white speed limit signs identify the maximum legal speed under normal driving conditions. 2. Yellow and black speed limit signs are advisory, recommended, maximum speed under normal driving conditions, but they do not reflect the actual legal maximum speed. 3. Please keep in mind, no matter what the color of the speed limit sign, the general speed law, police officer is the controlling authority. 4. It is important to know that the speed limit sign is placed at the point where the enforcement begins. Just because you can see the sign up ahead does not give you the legal right to accelerate to the higher speed before reaching the sign. The same principle applies to reducing your speed by the time you reach that new lower posted area. Question. Speeding. Is the time saved worth the cost? You be the judge. See picture number 3-14. You be the judge. Back in, pull out, or pull in, back out. Which is the safest technique in a parking lot? There are those who teach safe driving courses that insist the safest technique is back in, pull out. While it is difficult to challenge the safety aspect of pulling out of a parking space versus backing out, the D-Team is up to the challenge. There are two major factors the pull-out advocates seemingly ignore. 1. Backing into a confined area, such as parking spot in the local shopping center, is far more difficult than backing out of the parking location into an open area. It takes considerable practice to perfect a safe motor skill level to back a motor vehicle into a confined area between two parked vehicles. 2. The backing in advocates also ignore the aging process. As one ages, the flexibility of the spine begins to deteriorate. The body rotation required to safely back into a confined area can be seriously limited, increasing potential for a fender bender or worse. 3. If one is fortunate enough to be able to find a parking location where pulling through can be safely accomplished, then certainly the pull-in, pull-out choice becomes a winner. However, care should be taken if the pull-through option is available. Someone from the next row may already be preparing to use that same parking space. Which is the safest parking technique? Back in, pull out, or pull in, back out? You be the judge. At your own peril. Parking lots are private property and thus do not have standardized driving rules. If you choose to take shortcuts across the parking lot as seen in picture number 3-16 above, you do so at your own peril. Be careful. You be the judge. Pencil and paper time. Write down the answers to the quiz question immediately below in picture number 3-17. The correct answers will be provided in Chapter 6. Quiz question. Which vehicle or vehicles in picture 3-17 is or are traveling in the correct direction? SOS. You can drive smart or you can drive stupid. Special alert. Motor vehicle traffic ticket warning. The operator of a motor vehicle is responsible to make certain all occupants in the passenger compartment of a motor vehicle in motion in the state of Delaware are properly buckled up. If a police officer observes a violation for noncompliance by one or more vehicle occupants of the Delaware safety restraint law, the operator of the motor vehicle will receive a ticket.